I was asked to make a video about filtering your email, specifically with reference to the Region 7 Google community, but if any of these rules and any of these tools can be used for filtering your email in any way that you'd like to filter them. You can filter your email based on any search. So when you open up your search bar, which I did by the way by clicking that down arrow, show search options, any search that you can make is a search that you can filter your email by. You can filter it by being from someone, to someone, having a certain subject, having words, not having words, having an attachment, etc. So I'm going to take all emails that have a subject of Region 7 Google Community because I know that all of the Google Community emails have that in their subject. Down here it says create filter with the search. If you'd like to first hit search mail, you can do that and see what it's going to capture, and these are the kinds of emails that it's going to capture, anything that has that subject. And then I can hit the down arrow again and I'm back to this search. Once I've determined what I want to filter, in this case I'm just going to filter all emails that has this text as the subject. I'm going to say create filter with this search. And here are your options for what you can do. Every time Gmail finds an email with that exact subject, you can do any one of these things to it or any combination of them. So I'm going to say that every time it has that subject, I want to skip the inbox. In other words, I want to archive it. I want to leave it as not read. And I'm going to apply the label of Region 7 Google Community. If you don't have a label, you can of course just create a new label. I'm going to apply this label and I'm going to skip the inbox. Another option that you want to take notice of is that it's telling me that I have 12 emails back here that meet the search criterion that I set up. I can also, if I click this, it will just go ahead and add that, that label and archive the emails for all of the emails that already fit that search. So then when I hit create filter, that filter is now done, and now I have a Region 7 Google Community label down here, and it has all of those emails in it. These filters can be stacked on one another, so I can now create another one. I can say if it has the subject of that, and it also has the word boon in it, then I can create a filter with that. We already know that an email with this in the subject is going to get archived and it's going to get the label of Region 7 Google Community, so I don't need to redo that action, but I can take this new search with that subject and including the word boon, and I can add a label of boon. I can also apply that to the two emails that I have in here that meet this search criterion of having that subject and including that word. When I hit create filter, it will create those. So now when I go into my into this Region 7 Google Community label, I see that a couple of them have been labeled also as boon. When I go into my boon label, I will only see the ones that are labeled as boon. Of course, they both are also labeled as Google Community. You can set up those filters in any way you want. And look at your options and be as creative as you want to sort your email in whatever way makes most sense to you, and it should work out. You should also know that if you set up a filter and then you want to delete it or modify it, you can get to all of your filters by going under settings right here. And in your settings, you have filters and blocked addresses. Here are all the filters that I have set up. You can see if I look down here, I see that one of them is matches subject of that, and it skips the inbox, applies that label. And if it matches the subject and has boon, then it applies the label boon. I can see those are the two that I just set up. I could now delete either one of those, or I could modify either one of those. So that's how you would change them if you made a mistake of some kind.